Hello everybody, it's Lynn here, the Go Live Granny. How is everybody? So I am live streaming here on what is it? It's Saturday, isn't it? It's Saturday. Is it the 26th of January, I think? 26, is it? 2024. So if you're watching live now, that's brilliant. Hello, and don't forget to put your comments in. But if you're coming in the future, still comment, but obviously it's not live, so I will see the comments at a later stage. So I wonder who will be joining us this morning. I didn't give much notice about doing a live stream. Oh dear, got a bit of bad hair day. Never mind. These things happen. And so I was crafting along this morning, and I thought I've got some lovely new goodies here, and I thought, why don't I share the unboxing of the new goodies that arrived this morning with you? So that is what I am going to do. Hello, Sarah. How are you? I'm just going to unbox my layout collection. Sarah coming in there from Melbourne, Australia, and Sarah is part of the Crafters Companion community, and that's how we met. She's coming in there from Facebook. Those of you coming in, do comment if you feel like it. You don't have to comment. I can see there are several of you there. So whoever's just come in and said hello from the Facebook Go Live Granny community group, can you identify who you are? Because all it does is says, look, Facebook user, hello, and I don't know who you are, and I like to give you all a shout out. So you can put your name in by going to streamyard.com/Facebook and put your name in, or just put your name in as you comment, and then I'll know who you are. So oh, Tracy. Which Tracy? I've got more than one Tracy in my community. So is it Tracy Cool? Tracy over in East Cowes. You're doing well, thanks. You're now in bed. It's 12:36 on Sunday. Right, and my brother and his wife had just been in Melbourne, Australia. They didn't have time to meet Sarah because they had such a busy schedule. They spent 3 weeks in Melbourne, Australia, and then the other day they flew to Brisbane, where my uncle and aunt, so they have a son and his wife and a granddaughter in Melbourne, and they spent 3 weeks there. Then they flew to Brisbane to see my aunt and uncle, who are in their 90s but still going strong. Right. Oh, hi. Yeah, Tracy Cool over in East Cowes, and you're on lunch break. Brilliant. And so, and they have, then I saw that they were at the airport waiting, or they sent a message saying they were waiting to board a flight, and they have now flown to Taiwan, where their other son lives with his wife and that grandchild. So I have 3 nephews, all who live abroad, all who have had a baby in the same year. So I have 3 great nieces or nephews, all born, who are all now 3. Hello, Jackie Hennessy coming in. That's lovely. Hello, Tina coming in. Karen coming in from Kentucky. Karen is another member from the Crafters Companion group that I've met through watching Crafters Companion shows. Evangelist Cinderella, hello. Nice to see you. Do let us know where you're coming in from. So I've had a bit of a busy week. Yeah, they really enjoyed Melbourne. Yes, Sarah. They had such a busy schedule. I've got so many photographs of them doing so many wonderful things. Hello, Susan. Nice to see you coming in there from Facebook as well. So I was crafting away this morning, and I thought, you know what? I haven't done a live stream for over a week. Let's get on and do one. And I had a parcel this morning, and this is what came in my parcel this morning. This and this. So I'm going to show you all that in a minute once we've done the hellos and the saying what I've been up to, etc. So I say I've had a busy week. I haven't been out much anywhere, but then these days, I tend to spend more time at home, especially since we've had very foul weather here in the UK, and particularly here on the Isle of Wight. So I've stayed indoors. I've done little bits of housework, more of crafting. Right. So hi, Susan. So pleased my came through this time. Yay, lovely to see. Oh yes, your name. So that's right. Last time you you tried to get in, it wouldn't put your name up, would it? So there we go. So I've come in on a different angle this time. Sometimes I sit over there. That's in the little corner where I sit sometimes. Sometimes I sit over there on my sofa. Sometimes I sit on my bed. I thought this time I would sit this way round because I've been crafting on a table here because I have. So this is my lounge, but there is my. I've got a kitchen come lounge diner all in one. So there is my kitchen there, and this bit is my lounge, and this bit is a sort of part of my lounge. So it's all one big room, and I've got bookcases here that cordon this. They're sort of acting as a bit of a divider. So I've got stuff around there. Oh, I have so much. So this is not my craft room. But if you came in here, you could be forgiven for thinking this was my craft room, because my craft room isn't big enough to house all my craft stuff. And so, of course, it spills into the lounge and into the bedroom. It doesn't spill into the bathroom. No craft stuff in my bathroom. Not yet, anyway. So in my lounge, I have Kallax units all around the wall, all around the wall, and they are all full of wool, because up until 2 or 3 years ago, I was mainly a knitter. But of course, I've now moved more from knitting to paper crafting, which is what I'm going to show you. So there we go. Susan says she doesn't blame me for being in. The weather's been disgusting this week. But of course, I did go out yesterday. I went to the run the craft workshop down in Newport, which I do on a Friday morning. But I'm very lucky because Jan picks me up and then Jan brings me home again, which is quite good because I've always got big bags of all the stuff that I need to take. I take my die cutters, I take my scissors, I take all my equipment. And so I've usually got a lot of stuff. The bag lady I am. I only managed to have 2 bags yesterday instead of 3. So that was good. So we've been doing some fun stuff down there. Yesterday, the things that I was doing, that I prepped, are these were little baby boxes. So they're actually exploding boxes. Look, so oh dear, the pram's fallen over. I need to stick that back on. Can you see there's a little 3D pram on the top there? Susan's hoping to join the crafty session soon. Oh, it'd be lovely to have you. So this is what I prepped. We didn't actually make these, but we were possibly going to make them. We didn't have many people in this week. It fluctuates. But there's a core. Sam's usually there. Di's usually there. Jan and I are there. And then sometimes we have other people coming in and out. But this week it was just those of us. So what we're starting to do now is to make items. We're going to have a shop because the craft hub is. The Friday morning craft hub is run in a safe space that's run by Jan, who runs Isle Access. So she had funding to have a warm space where people could come in and chat and have cups of coffee, 3 cups of coffee, a chat. And then she asked me originally to give her some ideas for crafting. And I said, why don't I just come along and craft? Because she's not actually a crafter. She's becoming a crafter. But I said, why don't I just come and run the workshops for you? So that's what I do. Just took a break over Christmas when I was away, of course. But so it's about doing lots of different things, helping people if they want to craft. But now we've decided that we're actually going to make some items because we're going to run a shop. So we're going to have an online shop and also possibly places around the island where we might be able to house some stuff that people can buy. And we'll be making some of our crafty goodies. So these were just samples that I put up last week. These dies came from, they're not Crafters Companion, they're Tonic Studios. I don't buy everything from Crafters Companion, although you can be forgiven for thinking I do if you looked in my flat. So anyway, this is an exploding box, and by exploding box it means you take the lid off and the sides fall down. So wait a minute, because I've got it balanced in the air, you won't see. So there we go. And inside, look, there's a little rocking horse there. I don't know if he's stuck down. And then you've got some lovely little bits and pieces. Can you see? So that was a little baby girl box I made. So that's quite fun. And then I did a little baby boy box, similar. So again, it's got all sorts of bits around the edge. I do have a nice, hello Karen, nice to see you, Karen Brereton coming in there. So look, I'm sorry, I've got to turn it up because of the angle I'm at, because I don't know how to put a camera up here to look down on my desk. I don't want to be learning all those things. So look, so that's the inside of the box, and there's a little rocking horse. Can you see a 3D little rocking horse? So that was fun. I loved those dies. I loved making those. But of course, they don't just have to be baby boxes. Hang on. Oh, I seem to have. Oh no, here it is. I did make one that had a space theme to. Oh, I don't know if I've got the lid. Where's the lid to that one? Oh, here it is. Yes. So just to show that they don't all have to be. I haven't finished this one. This one's still plain on the inside, but just to show that they didn't have to all be baby boxes, I made one with the new. We had a cosmic collection come out with Crafter's Companion, and as you can see, I've used some of the stars and things from that to make this box up. So they can have any theme you like, whatever you like. So I was just playing around with those. And then actually I took some more dies along with me, some of the new stuff I'd got, and nobody made those, but what they did do, one of the die made a beautiful hexagon box ready for the shop. Sounds like you do great work with your craft, Lynn. Very gracious. Yeah, thank you, Sarah. I love to do the craft, and then there's only so much craft I can do for my family and my friends, but I can keep crafting and crafting because I can then give it away. And instead of being able to make a big money donation to charity, I donate my time and my talents, and then they benefit that way. So it works for me and it works for them. So this was another little set I had. I need to stick it back again. Di made this yesterday, ready for the shop, but I just need to stick it together and put some more bits on it. So this is it's actually, whoa, it's a heart-shaped box. Can you see the heart bits come off, and then there's bits and pieces inside. Hello Bethy, nice to see you. So obviously these sort of things are absolutely gorgeous, and you can see why I enjoy myself so much with these things. Another kit I had was a rocking horse, a big rocking horse kit. That's one side of it. I've got another side to put here, and then there's a bit that goes in the middle. It could be at Christmas time. The company, this is Tonic Studio, the company made them looking like sleighs, so they made all red and green and gold, and then they put a bit that goes in the middle, and then another horse on this side. And so that was lovely. Thank you, Susan. Are you tagging people in? Yes, Yvonne, Andrew, Pauline. I didn't give anybody much notice to say that I was going live. I just did it. So this one, I'm going to have great fun making these up. As I say, they can be for babies, they can be Christmas things, they can be all sorts, whatever you like. Okay, so that's what I did last week. It's got squashed in my bag because that's the nature of what happens. But I made a cracker last week, and I do have some actual snaps that go inside the crackers, so you can actually pull them. So I made a cracker, and this I made from a template from Crafter's Companion. Susan found me live by fluke. Yeah, thank you. But please share, then other people might come and join us. That's lovely. So this was a cracker I made last week, and I absolutely loved the paper for this. This is Crafter's Companion paper, and it's part of the neon kit. And because it was so gorgeous, this week I ordered another pack of it. I ordered another 12 by 12 pack and a little 6 by 6. And this paper is gorgeous. It's pearlescence paper, so it's got a sheen to it, but it's double-sided as well, so it's got a sheen on both sides. It's absolutely gorgeous, and of course it's got lots of the purpley colours that I like. So I treated myself to some more big ones and little ones from that, so it's just absolutely lovely to work with. And so then this week hello Yvonne, nice to see you. Susan said she tagged you, so that was wonderful. Sorry, I didn't let you know. So this week, I try not to look at Crafters Companion too much because they have so much lovely stuff, and I think, oh, I mustn't buy any more. I mustn't buy any more. The thing is, this is what I used to go out and have coffees here and coffees there and have lunch out and do this out, and instead of doing that these days, I'm not out much, so I can afford to buy craft stuff instead of doing all those coffees out, and I have my coffee at home. So that's why I've been able to treat myself to some goodies. And this set, I told myself I didn't need, right? So this set I'm going to show you is called the Layout Collection. Look, right. And I tried to convince myself I didn't need it because there's things in here that I might already have, some of the things. But this one, I did get it. And what I did with this one, because I did the craft along 2 weeks ago, I had a £50 voucher to spend. And I thought, well, it was a little bit more than £50, this with the paper and that. So I decided that I was going to use that £50. Hello, Carol Ann. I was going to use that £50 and just put a little bit more to it to buy the Layout Collection. Now, Carol Ann's come on. She and I chat a lot. She's a Crafters Companion friend. And I said to her, I'm not buying the Layout Collection. I don't need it. I've got lots of those things in there, so I'm not going to buy it. And then I messaged her and said, do you know what? I've given in. And why I've given in, I gave in because I love the way that they present all this in nice presentation boxes. And when I'd got some of the things that were in it before, they weren't, presented like that. And then I've got a wonderful binder here to put all the Layout Collection. Now, I'm hoping I can keep tidy and put all the stuff in. This is the new me. Anybody who knows me knows I probably won't, but I'm going to try. So I have got some in here. These are magnetic sheets. So this is the parcel that came this morning. So I have magnetic sheets, and they go into the binder. Let's put them in the binder now. Let's get organized. Whoops, hang on. So they're in the binder, and the magnets, the dies are magnetic. So the idea is, in theory, to put them all in this folder and keep them in the folder. Now that's the tricky bit, because sometimes I take things out and I don't put them back. But I want to try and keep this collection all together. I'm organizing my craft room, and I'm getting better and better at having the right things at my fingertips that I want regularly. Now I have bought the I bought the template collection, which is several albums over the year. I don't know how long we've been collecting them. They released a set of templates, that you can draw around and make lots of these wonderful things. And if you bought the first one, it came with an album. Did it come with an album? No, it came with a box that would fit in a Kallax unit, but it came in a storage unit that you could put them in. I put it in a Kallax unit that's in my craft room, and then realised I wasn't actually going to use it if I left it where it was, because in my craft room, I've got my craft table. Right, Yvonne wants to know if anybody wants any more knitting and crochet magazines, but they would have to collect from Ventnor. I'll spread the word, Yvonne. I'm not going to say I want them, because I've probably got half the ones you've got, and I haven't really got more space for lots of magazines. I get buried alive with them. Anyway, I'll pass the word. So Sarah has collected the template library. The last one is on its way to you. Well, the last one arrived with me the other day, and then I realized I hadn't actually done very much with them. I did make the cracker from the template library, but there's so many things. Now, what I want to do is work my way through the whole of the template library, making all the different things out of the template library, and then donating all the things to charity, because there's lots of charities that are selling greetings cards. There's a charity that wants greetings cards to send to people who don't. So this one's called Embracing Age. So the Embracing Age charity on the island, they want cards to give to people. So they want them to give them to people who are in care homes who don't have families, because anybody in a care home who doesn't have a family probably won't get many visitors, probably won't get any birthday cards or greetings cards or little gifts or anything like that. So Tina, who's Barbara Sargent is a friend of mine, and when Barbara told me about this charity, I was thrilled and happy to get involved. Her daughter set the charity up. Her daughter lives on the mainland, but she set up this charity via the churches and used the churches as a medium of getting out to get to the people in the care homes and to connect with the care homes. And she's done an amazing job now. So many care homes around the country now have these embracing age groups going on, where they support the people who don't have, people in care homes who don't have relatives, and it's absolutely fantastic. So as I say, the more cards they get donated, it means the more people they can send cards to. So I've promised them a batch of cards that I'm going to be making. I've got some of them half made already, so I'll be sending them some of the cards and maybe making some little gifts that can go to people on their birthdays. So, you know, I mean, it's using my hobby to keep me out of mischief or get me into more mischief. I don't know. Sometimes I get more mischief. So it's keeping me out of mischief. And then it's using my talents to share with other people. So not only share on my broadcast here, because I know a lot of you like to see the things that I make. And that's why I keep doing the broadcast. I love doing them, but it's a win-win all the way round, because then, you know, there's people who get the end results as well. So that's great. So anyway, I've just put these things into the folder. So I've got these are to put the dies on, and these are to stick the stamps on. So let's venture into the box. Before I venture into the box, I'll just tell you about the template library. So when I was trying to sort of get all these things sorted in my craft room, so that I can maximize the space in my craft room, I realized that if I move the template library from behind me, where between me and it there was a lot of other stuff on trolleys, I would actually use it. So I managed to make a space on my desk. So my desk, I've now, with the help of friends, I've now got a lovely desktop, and I've got, you know, we're getting there. We're getting to a craft room that's fit for purpose. And so they very kindly picked up some IKEA stuff from me when they were on the mainland, saving me £40 because the delivery was £40. I didn't ask them to do it. I said, I must get my order done, so, you know, make sure I've got everything I need because it's £40 delivery. And they said, well, why don't we collect the stuff for you? So they saved me £40 on my delivery, which was wonderful, which now might buy another piece of equipment to do. So, and on Monday, I think it's Monday, they're taking me off to one or two of the stores on the island so I can look at other things to maximize the storage. You know, where there might be a little bit of space like that, and you can have a little drawer unit or a little shelf unit or something. Because I haven't been to the shops for a long time, I do look online, but sometimes it's nice to look at the actual things. So I think we're going to the Range, or I'm not sure if we're going to the Range or B&M or one of those stores. I'd like to go to the Range and see all those things that can make all the difference about, you know, helping to stack my craft stuff better. So that's what I'm going to do on Monday. So I now have the template library right next to my desk, on this lovely desk that John put up for me when they bought the stuff back from IKEA for me. So that was amazing. I'm feeling very lucky and very blessed with the people in my community who come and help me and do things, and not that I ask them, but I'm very grateful that they do. So so watch this space, because I will be making some things out of the template library, because there's no point in having spent all this money on this library of goodies only to leave it sitting over there and not doing anything. Susan's saying lovely, she hasn't been to the Range or Home Bargains for ages, so be interested to see what I find. Maybe I should do a thing going round the store and showing you. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how we go. Anyway, so let's get into the layout collection. So as I said, I didn't think I wanted this. I'd sort of not looked because I didn't want to be tempted, because it's too easy to be tempted. But I love watching them make So on Crafter's Companion, they're obviously selling the equipment, but then they make lots of things using the equipment. And some of the things they make, of course, you can use different equipment to make the same thing. So, you know, supposing they're using the layout collection to make some Mother's Day cards, it doesn't mean you can't make Mother's Day cards with other stuff that you have. So I like to watch the demonstrations, and I like the banter of the people who present. It's like having family in my lounge, you know, when I'm sitting here doing whatever I'm doing. That sometimes I'm watching, sometimes I'm only listening, but it's like banter on in the background, and it's what got me partway through COVID, and it's what helped me do my recovery when I had pneumonia. And this time last year, I was recovering from the pneumonia. So it's great to sort of be part of a community like that, and the community were amazing, and they all wished me well, and I got well, which was wonderful. So. As I say, I was said, no, I don't need this. How come then it's arrived at my house? Well, I justified it to myself. Not that I don't have to justify it to anybody. Oh, I suppose just myself, I do really. And because I'd had the £50 voucher, I thought, no, let's go for this. I'm going to go for it. I love the presentation. I'll try and keep it all in its box. So I'll try and use it and put it back into its containers, because that's where I'm not very good, you see, at those things. But there's sets of things here I would love to keep into the folder. So we've got the folder there. So let's show you what's in the box. So there's a set here of sentiment stamps. And I haven't done a lot of stamping because, you know, I haven't got into stamping so much. I need to do the stamps. I love the die cutting. I need to do stamps and colouring. And Sarah's saying the banter is so much fun to watch, especially when you send comments in and the replies are sometimes hilarious. Yes, so it's like this. You know, the presentation is like this. We chat at the side, like you're chatting here now at the side. And we send in comments, and Carol Ann and I have a joke because Ben, who's one of the presenters, he relocated Carol Ann. He relocated her to the Isle of Wight, and she actually lives on the Isle of Man. And they know now I live on the Isle of Wight, but often they've said, "Oh, Carol Ann from the Isle of Man," and no, from the Isle of Wight. And so, you know, the other day he got it right, so I sent in a message saying, "Oh, I'm glad that you've sorted out where Carol Ann lives." And Carol Ann and I have lots of jokes in private messages, so you know, and we chat about all sorts of craft. And I did chat and tell her that I wasn't going to buy this collection, but she knows I did, because I then said I gave in. Anyway, so these sentiments. So this is what you ink. You know, you ink these up and stamp them up with nice coloured inks or glittery inks, glitter embossing powder, and all sorts of things. And it says you've got sending you, and then there's various things: sending you sweet wishes, sending you hugs and kisses, sending you sunshine, have an amazing day, sending you lots of love, birthday wishes, you're lovely, thank you, enjoy the moment, thinking of you, you are loved, sweet friend, hello, treat yourself, just a note, wishing you well, enjoy the moment, thanks, and happy birthday, and thank you. So you see, you have all those. Oh, you missed that, did you? Oh, did you miss it when they relocated you? I think it might have been last week, that one, Caroline. I'm not sure, but anyway, so it was one where Ben was presenting, but I think it was perhaps last week. So that's the stamp. So what I need to do is take these off and put them into that binder. Now maybe I'll set this as a task for this afternoon, and then there are some lovely edges here, dies that cut pretty edges on the card. Look, so you can put pretty edges on your cards or pretty edges on your boxes and things like that. So that needs to go in the folder. And now it's the nesting dies. No crafter should ever be without nesting dies. And this is why I have got lots of nesting dies, but let's take them out as we go, because the glare is shining on this. Right, so they all come in all these nice little cellophane bags. So very nicely presented. Whoops. And I can save these bags and use them for putting die cuts in or things like that. So that won't be wasted. Look, I shall save that, and I shall put some die cuts in there. Maybe we can put some die cuts in there to sell in the shop. It is something special, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely. It is special. Crafter's Companion is like family. That's what Carol Ann's saying. I think most of you are in on Facebook. I don't know if anybody's in on YouTube. Any of you on YouTube? Let's have a look. No, you're all in on Facebook, so you should all be able to see what each other is saying there. Right. Nobody's coming on YouTube at the moment. Right, so that was the little nesting dies, and then there's some more little nesting dies. These are like little labels or banners. Let's take them out as I go. Might as well do that, and then you'll see better because the glare won't be on the cellophane. Right, so here's a set of banner dies, so if you want to cut a banner out, and so you can cut these out, any of these, and then you can stamp, you can stamp the little stamps into the different banners. So you can make a little banner with a stamp on it. For those of you who are not crafters, you perhaps don't know how this all works. Oh, Susan can only see her own messages from Facebook. So if I do that, then you can see the messages. There you go. Susan, are you coming in from the community group? If you're coming in from the Go Live Granny community group, that's maybe why. If you're coming in on your own Facebook pages, folks, can you see the comments coming up? Those of you on Facebook, can you see each other's comments? So now we have lots of round. So these are all separate dies here, and they're brilliant, brilliant. No crafter should ever be without nesting dies. Okay. And this is why I said, do I need this set? Because I have got a lot of nesting dies, but then I decided I wanted it in a lovely presentation box, and I want to keep it all together on my desk where I can just reach out and use it easily. Well, that's the theory anyway, and some of the other ones will live in my folders that I take off out to the events and things, so there will be a purpose, but at the moment not everything's neat and tidy. One day I have a wish to beat my mum. My mum was 96 when she passed on, and 95, 96, I think. Yeah, 96. She was either 95 or 96. I have a wish to beat her. I don't know whether I will. I had a close call last year, so I'm 73. So maybe by the time I'm 90 something, I might have got it all tidied up. Who knows? This one doesn't want to come out, so I'm going to leave that one for a minute. But look, can you see without the glare? It's got hearts and a star and a flower and some leaves and a little triangle. So I'll put that one in there. I'll do the taking out in a minute. So that's a nice little set of nesting dies. Sarah says she can see everyone commenting, and she's saying hello from Melbourne, Australia, and she's put the Australian flag up there as well. So that's nice. So do interact with each other, because it's so lovely that people interact. Now, this is what I wanted, all in a kit to keep together and not have it all higgledy-piggledy all over the place. And as I say, this set will stay on my desk, the theory is, and then the others that I've got that might be similar can go out when I go off to do the crafting shows and have them in my bag. So look, we've got nesting dies, and these nesting dies, these ones go inside those, that set will all go inside that set. So, and then there's oval nesting dies, and there's square nesting dies, so straight ones and fancy ones, beautiful ones like this. It's just amazing. And you see these pieces of card, when I take these out and put them in the folder, I will not throw these pieces of card away. I use these pieces of card to cut out. Look, there's lots of white card here. Whoops. I'm doing it back to front there. So I cut shapes out of that too. So Carol Ann Hanley, hi, how are you doing? Nice seeing you here. Hope you're well. Sarah's chatting to Carol Ann. Carol Ann can see everybody's comments. Right. So Susan's saying, what's the best way to join the live so I can chat to the others, please, Lynn? Right, Susan, if you go out of the group and go to my Facebook page and join the live on my Facebook page, then you will see me over there. Yvonne says she can see, so Yvonne must have joined from the page rather. So if you're joining from the community, it's more a locked community. So come out and either go in on YouTube or come go on Facebook, because that's where everybody else is. So go to the Go Live Granny Facebook page and find where the live stream is. Oh, she's put her thumb up, so she knows, you know. Right, so look, there's the lovely shapes there. And then there's some tags, different size tags there. That's wonderful. So I've got all those. I mean, this is worth a lot more money. If you bought all these bits individually, they would cost way more than it costs on the kit. And then because I'm a platinum member, which means I've earned lots and lots of points from things I've spent, I get the top level of discount. And then sometimes they put extra discount on the discount. So, you know, I buy when things are on discount usually. This was a new launch, but I had been given a £50 voucher. So that's why I bought this, you know, the other day, because I wanted it. Look at those beautiful gems. So these are, you know, they color match everything. When they do these kits, they color match everything. So you don't have to go off and find the right colored gems or the right color ribbon or whatever. Oh, so you're back. So Susan, are you now on the Facebook page? Can you see the comments now, Susan? So look at these lovely packs of ribbon. So here, wait a minute, let's get this open. So they color coordinate everything. It's just beautiful. Look, and they give you. Oh, Yvonne can see Susan now. So Susan must have come in on the Facebook page rather than the Facebook group. So look at all these lovely bits there. Yeah, so chat to each other. It's nice to build a community where you chat with each other. So, you know, I mean, it's just lovely when they make the color palettes and they buy everything. So in the past, I've bought kits like I've got a Halloween kit where, again, when the Halloween kit came, it was all sorts of Halloween bits. And then you got the Halloween coloured gems and you got the Halloween ribbon and all the things were, the colour plates were all matching. It was beautiful. So, you know, you can see why I get addicted. And I'm not a smoker and I'm not a drinker, so I don't spend all my money on that. I'm addicted to crafting. And, you know, you can never, in my world, you can never have too much craft, except that, you know, it is rather finding where place. I've still got places to put it, you know. But I'm having to look at the storage and store things in better way. I've still got spaces but that can be used. So look, you see, I've taken this out of the packet. Now look, there's lots of lovely white card there that can be part of another project. And even here, even see this. So on there, this shows you what's on this. What this is. It's an embossing folder. So you open the folder up, you put your card in there. Can you see? And then you put it through the machine and it embosses that pattern onto the card. But you see, even that, I could use that on a project. Or I could use even some of these little pink bits where there's no writing. I even cut things out of there to use. I use so much packaging. I don't throw packaging away, especially acetate. Like this was a piece of acetate, and this had it had some stamps on it when it came. So you know, some of them will come on acetate, like, you know, in here. And then what I do is I cut all this acetate out and I use it on I do pop-up box cards where you open up, you know, the card folds flat, but it pops up to be a box. And then you have lots of things coming out. It might be flowers or it might be balloons or one of the girls yesterday, she made a beautiful set with wool and scissors and knitting needles, and that's another kit I've bought that I haven't. I might save that for another day to show you because that's amazing. But it's around, I don't know where it is at the minute. So so I save all that acetate so I don't have to actually buy acetate. Yvonne says she's addicted to buying the craft stuff as well. I mean, we just are, you know. Right, so let's have a look. Wait a minute. So Susan's saying, yes, she's back in the group and can see the comments. Thank you, everyone. Caroline's saying, better addiction to spend your money on. Absolutely. And the thing is, it's not injuring my health, is it? Well, unless I stay up late and don't sleep. But even if I stay up late and don't sleep, I sleep the next day. So it's not endangering my health in that way. So Susan said we have to have something in life, and why not craft? It's good for well-being. Bank balance, maybe not so much. I know. But actually, I remember when I was knitting and how mindful it was and how it was very therapeutic. And how I used to say, I think the NHS ought to recommend knitting. You know, it ought to be a recommendation on the NHS. Well, paper crafting, I find, is just the same, you know, because it just really is one of those things. And Yvonne's addicted to swell. Yvonne and I met through craft. Yvonne, and I must tell you how Yvonne and I met. Some of you won't know. I had to go to the hospital. And sorry, Yvonne, I know you know this. You've heard this story so many times. But Yvonne and I met. We met at the hospital. So I had to go to the hospital on a Friday afternoon, and I got stuck in traffic. And I didn't think I was going to get there in time for my appointment. So I rang the hospital and said, do you still want me to come? I'm stuck on a bus. I don't want to come and then you be gone home. So they said, oh, yes, you must come, because it was a suspected deep vein thrombosis, which it wasn't a thrombosis, but it was suspected. So they didn't want to leave me over the weekend without checking me out. So they said, come. They would wait for me. So, of course, the beauty of that was when I got there was no queue. I went straight in and straight into the, you know, to be seen. So they saw me, and it wasn't, fortunately, a deep vein thrombosis. But because the traffic had been so bad, I decided I don't want to go home yet and get stuck in the traffic going back the other way as well, because it was bad both ways. I'm going to go into the canteen. So I went up into the canteen and I had some banter with the girls behind the counter, ended up talking about knitting, and ended up taking on an assignment for one of the girls behind the counter. I made something for her granddaughter. And then I went in to sit down to have my food. And then initially the whole place was empty. And then somebody came and sat over there, and somebody came and sat over there, and sort of these people smiled. And then a man and a lady came and sat on this next table to me. Well, I had started taking my stuff out of my bag, and I put my knitting on the table, because I never go anywhere without my knitting or my crochet. And I put that on the table, and that was it. Yvonne, you know, she used to run a shop that sold wool and craft stuff. And, you know, at that point, I didn't know she was a long-time crafter, but we engaged, we smiled, we engaged in conversation, and the rest is history. We're besties now, aren't we, Yvonne? And although we don't get to see each other very much, because both of us have had health issues and we don't live in the same town, we often ring each other and do a FaceTime call that might be an hour, 2 hours long. You know, we have such fun chatting to each other. So that's, you know, that's a great friendship, and so many friendships come out of people enjoying the same things. So there's a huge crafting community. There we go. So absolutely, you two, you need a massive sort out now, Susan's saying. There we go. And it's nice to see that you're it was funny. Oh, Caroline, look, she's saying I slightly swayed Lynn to I think she swayed me to this collection, maybe, but this, and she's tempting me to buy the Cosmic Collection. Well, the Cosmic Collection is absolutely beautiful. It's out of this world, pardon the pun, but I will be sharing some of the Cosmic Collection going forward. I haven't got much of it here now. Oh, I have got this. This is an embossing die out of the collection, and when you emboss this on paper, I don't know if no, I haven't. Have I got it there? No, I haven't got it there. But if you emboss this on paper, oh wow, it's amazing. It's like the planets, and it's like the stars. You know, I don't know all the stars of the zodiac type stars. I don't know what they are, but that's what that does, and it is beautiful. That's out of the Cosmic. And of course, being a Cosmic Collection, it's got glitter and shimmer. You know, some of these collections have glitter paste and shimmer spray, and you can never have too much glitter in my world. Hang on, wait a minute. Caroline's saying she remembers when adult colouring came out, and it was being recommended by health professionals for people with stress and anxiety because it was mindful and relaxing. Absolutely, yes, I know a lot of people who took to that. Right. So Susan loves Santangle. Now, Santangle is something I couldn't get on with. I didn't go for Santangle. I know what you mean by it, but it didn't float my boat. But these other things do. You don't know if anyone has heard about this or seen it, but it's brilliant. It's essentially just drawing, but you don't need to be able to draw. It starts with lines and circles, and the end result is out of this world. Absolutely, Susan. And I'm glad it floats your boat. But you know what? It didn't for me. We love glitter too, says Susan. And I think I missed something. I missed some of Sarah's comments there. Oh, if you are to be addicted to something, better craft stuff than other things. Absolutely, Sarah. And the thing is about this, when I'm no longer around, I've got my daughter to promise me that this stuff will be passed on to my grandchildren and my family crafters, or then to anybody else who will use it again and again and again. It's something that can be used over and over. So that's the important bit. Hello, Elizabeth. Nice to see you in here. So let's carry on with the unboxing because we're not getting on very fast. So this one, hang on. This is a set of stamps. Now, I'm not a colorist, and I never have been, which is why I've never done much of that mindful coloring. But I am watching all the color shows, and I have got some of the color equipment, like the alcohol pens and different pens and things and different inks and things, and I want to have a go. So that's on the plan for this year, is trying to better my coloring. No, I'm not going anywhere. Oh, do you mean popping my clogs? Well, I'm trying not to pop my clogs. I managed not to pop them last year, and I nearly did, because it was touch and go when I was very ill last year. But thanks to the wonderful people at St Mary's Hospital, I'm still here and feeling very fit and well, and ready for lots and lots of a full year of crafting, methinks. But I do want to better my colouring skills. So there's some stamps. So I think too, to do the colouring, I need to have a nice workspace. And at the moment, I haven't got. I do have workspaces, but then I clutter them up, and then I'm trying to put the stuff away. And you can actually do the paper crafting sometimes in a small space, but I feel that with the colouring, I need to get the colouring things out. I need the paper, the card, and I need the stamping platform to stamp them all up and that. And what I'm doing, the table I'm sitting at now is actually waiting to go to a charity shop, because it's not a good. It was one of my mum's tables, and I took it in, but actually it's not conducive to the way I work now. So I'm going to give that away to charity. And what I want is that, so sometimes I craft in the lounge, sometimes I craft in the craft room. It depends what I'm up to and where I want to do. But what I want in the lounge is to have one of those gate leg tables. So it folds down. The idea is that I take the stuff off it and fold it down when I'm not crafting on it, right? This is the theory. I don't know how to work in practice. So I saw a wonderful table in IKEA, and it dropped right down. It had a very narrow middle bit, and it had little drawers in that narrow bit. And then when you wanted to use it, you brought the flaps up, and it made a huge space that was great for crafting. Well, at Christmas, I was at my son's over Christmas, and I looked at their table and I said, "Is this the IKEA table?" And they said yes. And I was saying it was what I wanted to get it. And then they said it's very heavy to move. So obviously I'm now, in that part of my life where I'm finding heavy things too heavy. I've just changed my air fryer. So I've got anybody on the Isle of Wight who wants an air fryer. I've got one going, because originally, because it was only in the £40 range, I bought a big round one because the others were more expensive, and I bought a round one. It's like a halogen. It's called an air fryer, but it's like a halogen heater. It lights up. It looks like a spaceship. Okay, and you take the lid off and take the food out like that. Well, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's heavy. The bowl, it's a glass bowl. It's very heavy. I find it difficult to clean because I don't stand a long time at the sink, and I put it in the dishwasher. It doesn't clean all the grease off it. So anybody who's fit and well, more than welcome to have this thing, because I want it off the side now. Because what I bought the other day, I didn't intend to buy the new air fryer the other day. The jury was still supposed to be out on it. But I want one of those with a drawer that's easier, because also with the big one that's over there, I have to take the lid off, which is quite heavy. That's the bit with all the electrics in. Put that down on the side. Make sure I don't burn myself on it. And then I have to go in from the top of the air fryer to get my food out. And of course, because I'm a bit more doddery than I used to be, I'm frightened of burning myself. Now, anybody more agile and, you know, more with it than me probably wouldn't have an issue with it. They'll have to, you know, clean it up. I've did put it in the dishwasher, so it's as clean as I could get it. But there's nothing wrong with it. It works, and I've used it for months and months and been very pleased with it. But it's big on the side, so I want it out the way. And the other day, I wasn't intending to buy one the last week, but I was doing something with my NutriBullet, and oh yeah, Yvonne, I'm going to talk to you about your folding table in a minute. That's interesting. So back to the air fryer. So no, back to the NutriBullet. I went to make something in my NutriBullet, which I've had for years, which has been marvelous, and some plastic bits broke off it, which meant it was past its sell by date. It wasn't any good because it was part of the inside of how the thing worked. So I thought, oh well, I'll have to get a new NutriBullet, thinking I would just go to find a NutriBullet exactly like the one I had before, because that's all I knew that NutriBullet made. And when I went to the NutriBullet website, oh my goodness, they were different choices now, because it's lots of years since I had mine. And they had a NutriBullet very similar to that. They had a NutriBullet with a jug, the combo one, which is actually the one I bought, and I love it. Absolutely love it, because I can make soup in the jug. Actually, no, when the soup is hot, you can still put it in the jug. You're not supposed to put hot stuff in the little containers because they explode, but you can do it in the jug. It says you can do it in the jug, and of course I'm making a lot of soup now, so that, you know, I looked at it. I didn't decide in 2 minutes, you know. I thought, oh no, I keep looking, because I live at home. I keep looking and seeing, and so I'd sort of spent time looking and deciding what I wanted. So then I got that one with the jug. And then I noticed on there that they'd got an air fryer. It's called the Magic Bullet, and it's an air fryer for one. Now, you see, I've got a microwave. I do stuff on the hob. I don't use my oven anymore because, again, it's bending down, and it's a safety issue for me, and an ease of issue, and it's more expensive to run a big oven, isn't it? So you're heating it all up. So I do a lot in the air fryer. I do quite a bit on the hob, do bits in the microwave. And the other thing I want, and I want your opinions, folks, is I want a little oven come grill that goes on the top. I know some of them are air fryers as well, come grill, come oven, and countertop one. I've got space to put one, and I'll have even more space when I get rid of the old air fryer. So I'm looking at those. I've been investigating those, but I've, you know, again, the jury's out. I don't want to make a mistake and then find I got the wrong thing. But anyway, on the Magic Bullet, as I say, I normally look and I normally spend hours and hours deciding what I'm going to have. I chose the Magic Bullet in 2 minutes. They had a thing where you could get quick delivery if you'd done it. It was a day when there was a sale on. And they said the sale was closing, although they fibbed, because I've noticed that the sale's still on, even though they said you'd only got, you know, till midnight to do it, whatever. But if you did it by 7:30, you would get next day delivery. I suddenly decided to just buy that Magic Bullet. I don't normally do things like that, but it was half price, so it was just under £40, and it is one with a drawer, probably like you, Elizabeth, like the sort you've got. Hang on, let me just hang on. Let's go back. I've missed some comments here. So Elizabeth said hello. You're not going anywhere, Lynn. Oh, I'm sorry, Elizabeth, that your sister-in-law has passed. Obviously, that's a bit of a sad time for you. Sending you lots of love. You can get all tables on Marketplace, worth a look. Yeah, I'll have a look on there and see. And Yvonne's saying that she's bought a new drop leaf table and it's got 4 folding chairs inside and you love it. Yeah, because we had this conversation, didn't we, Yvonne, about both wanting a folding table, and I knew you'd bought one. So actually that might solve another issue, because I've got 3 dining room chairs that I use sometimes, but they're in the way the rest of the time. So it might be that I buy one like you, but also I wasn't going for the IKEA table because it's too heavy to move, because I will want it. I was going to have it at the side of my sofa, but when I wanted to put it up, pull it away from the sofa and put it up. But that means moving it, and it was heavy, so that I went away from the IKEA one. But I've been looking and I've seen some like that are actually on wheels. Now they're on wheels, but they've got brakes on them that you can, you can lock the wheels if you don't want it to move once you're in situ. So I did see one like that. So Yvonne, let's have a conversation about that, when we're not on here. So that would be good, because I'll have a look and see the one that you've got and see whether it's any good. Oh, and this is part of the NutriBullet, and I put my water, I put lemon, a drop of a lemon in some water and leave it in the fridge, but I just put it here in case I needed a drink now. So that's a good use. So the NutriBullet, the combo came with the big jug and 2 of those great big flask type things that you can blend stuff in as well. I don't make smoothies, but I do make loads of soup. So let's have a look. So Yvonne's saying her table is quite heavy, especially with the chairs inside it. So that might not be the option. As I say, I have seen one that has wheels on it, and wheels, but a little storage bit inside. So that might be what I have. And then I might just have, instead of having these big dining room chairs around, I'm going to definitely get rid of 1 and possibly 2. But, it might be that I want some. So I could have a couple of folding chairs that I keep somewhere else, like in my boiler cupboard, somewhere like that. So I could do that. So then it gives me more space. I'm sitting on one of the dining chairs, and these dining chairs came, one of them was my grand's and 2 of them were my mum's, so it's all, they've all got memories and stories they could tell, but not as practical as it might be. So anyway, so let's carry on with the unboxing, because we're supposed to be unboxing. So in here, loads of lovely things to practice my colouring. I don't know, wait a minute, let's put something behind that because you can't really see with the glare. And let's look, I don't know if you can see there, look, cakes and flowers and butterflies and hearts and a little birdhouse and some champagne and glasses and a dragonfly. Lots of lovely things to colour in. And then in these boxes, what else have I got? What have I got here? Oh yes, fabulous florals. So this is an embossing folder. All right, so lots of flowers, and again you put the card inside the folder, push it through the die machine, wind it through the die machine, and then you get a beautiful pattern like that. And again, I can use that piece of card on something else to make another project. And then I have beautiful butterflies. Oh, this is an embossing folder as well. Let's take this one out because it's glaring, and it's not so good when it's glaring, is it? And they've got to come out of the folders because I want to use them. So let's take that out. So look, there we go. So that's a look. It's an emboss. I don't know how well you can see it. Look, it's in. But you put the card in there. You fold that down, and then it presses and embosses. I think there's something wonderful about embossing something. Having a piece of, especially a piece of mirror card, and putting it through and it coming out the other side. It's fascinating to see it make the shapes in the card. And the other thing that's fascinating is heat embossing, where you put the glue, you stamp something, a stamp on your card with a glue, then you put embossing powder on the glue, and then you heat emboss it. And that is fascinating. When you heat emboss it, it all you watch it melt, the embossing powder, and it's so fascinating. But I haven't done much of it, so I need to make these bigger spaces so I can do all these things. Where was your Susan wants to know where your shop was, Yvonne. I think her shop was on the mainland, actually, Susan, because she's not always lived on the island, but she'll answer that one in a minute. So we have some pretty patterned paper. So when they do these kits, they always give you patterned paper and plain paper. So look, there's some, I can't I don't know if I can flick this like they do on the program. So all sorts of different papers there for your projects. And this one is linen card. And all these, they all tone in. They're all of the same colour palette. So it's amazing. They do all the hard work for you. Which is amazing, you know. So it is so nice to have the kit. So what kits have I bought in the past? I've bought the Halloween kit. I bought the Alice in Wonderland kit. I need to do more out of Alice in Wonderland. I've got the Snow White. No, not Snow White. There was a Snow Queen box, and there was a Swan Lake box, and some of these I have not used yet. Oh, it was in Ventnor. Oh, I didn't realise it was on the island it ran. I thought it. I wasn't sure. It wasn't that shop that was a craft shop more recently, was it? Because I mean, I say more recently. A few years ago, there was a nice craft shop in Ventnor I used to go to. Look at these beautiful colours. All those beautiful colours. That's lovely. And then this is really what sold this to me and decided I would get it, because I was trying to talk myself out of it, because I have nesting dies and I have stamps and things like that. Sorry, I'm doing a balancing act here now because I haven't got much space on this table. This is what really sold it to me. So these are called recipe cards, and you get recipe cards with the template library as well. So basically, a recipe card is showing you, like you would make a recipe for food where they show you how to do it. Basically, they give you a card to make, and then on the back of it they tell you how to do it. So I don't always want to make a card that looks exactly like that, but it's giving me an idea that I could switch this out for, you know, something else. You know, maybe I was making a man's card and it might be a motorbike or some tools or something like that, using the ideas and the layouts to actually kickstart a whole lot more crafting. And I just was watching Craig doing it, and I just thought, you know what, I'm gonna that's what's really sold it to me. It was the recipe cards. And so I think there are about 30. So let's go through what you can make. So that one is called, that one's called Hugs and Kisses. And don't forget, they've given me the stamps that go on these as well. You could make these all up from the kit, as any of these cards can be made from the kit, but then you can switch them all out and change them. So this one is called You Are Loved. So watch this space, because this is what I will be doing. Excuse me. This one says, just a note. There. This one is Sweet Cupcake. Who doesn't love a cupcake? And the thing is, you know, it's taken all the hard work out. I don't have to sit and get a paper craft block and think, oh, I want to make a card. Oh, I don't know what to do, how to start it. You know, sometimes I can create out of my own head, but sometimes you don't want to. You know, you can get that block where you think, oh, I don't know what to do. Especially if I'm going to make a lot for these charities. You know, it takes all the hard work out. Look. This one's called Hello. And this one is Just a Note for You. There we are, look, cups of tea. This one is Floral Wishes. But you see, you could make that same card, but just change the colour palette, and it would look totally different. You could glitter it, you could, you know, do all sorts of things. And it's a starting block. It's like a starting place. Although I'm not a novice crafter, I still sometimes get that point where I need a kit. I think, oh, I don't know what to make, and then I can get one of these out. So this one is called You Are Lovely, as all of you are. Yvonne's shop was near the motorbike shop, opposite the old post. All right, okay. So I know that the other craft shop I used to go in a lot till it disappeared. Hello, sunshine. That would be beautiful, wouldn't it? That would be beautiful, glittered up as well. Lots of nice gold glitter on that. I could do. You can never have too much sparkle in my world. we go. Sweet friend. There we go. Look, nice cake. I'm on Slimming World. I lost 4 pounds this week. I started okay with Slimming World, and I had some loss, and I got to half stone award, and then for the next 3 weeks I put on a bit, and I didn't know why, because I wasn't deliberately cheating or anything, but I was chatting with my daughter who's doing Slimming World, and with my friend Kath, who's a biology teacher and knows all the nutritional side of things. And I think I wasn't eating enough what they call speed food, the free food that actually, like the celery and the beans and all those sort of things that actually speed up the weight loss. And I think that's what it was. So this week I made a really conscious effort to make sure that I did have lots of speed food, and I lost 4 pounds. So I got it right. And in fact, when we were in group this week, you get weighed, and then you can either go home then, or you can sit and listen to the chat. And lots of people had the same issue, and so I was able to say, yes, I was struggling with that, but this week I changed what I did, and it actually worked. So that will help them as well. That's what the Slimming World consultant said, but I could endorse it because it happened to me. Right, so if Sarah's going now, so she's going to have to love and leave me, everyone. It's after 1:30 in the morning. Well, I don't blame you. I mean, thank you for staying up as long as you did, Sarah. But, happy Sunday to you. We're still here on Saturday. See you soon, Sarah. Have lots of lovely sleep, and we'll catch up again soon. You're dozing if you says, yeah, I know that feeling. So thank you for being with us for this long. So anyway, we've got birthday wishes here. So that's, the birthday cakes, but it could be, you could put anything in there. You could do a graduation. You could suddenly change that into a graduation card, but use all the same dimensions. But you could put a gown, a mortarboard in there, and a roll, a graduation certificate, and then see straight away I can see how many times I can change that into something else. But initially it's having the initial ideas. And in fact, look, they've got what they call this little thing in the corner, the little sketch. But also somewhere in here there's a thing you can scan, and it takes you to the video tutorials on YouTube. If you scan it on your phone, I've got a scanning thing on my phone, and I just go on there, and then it puts up on the YouTube tutorial. And if I'm in here, I can cast it to my TV over there. So that's really good. This is one that says thank you, but again, it could be birthday, it could be a happy Mother's Day. You could change it and put flowers on, or all sorts of things. So I'm loving the fact that I bought this, even though I was trying to fight it off. But then, as I say, as I had my £50 to spend, I can't leave £50 vouchers sitting there doing nothing and rotting, can I? That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. This one is a best wishes one. Look, you can make little bunting. That's lovely across cards, all sorts. And butterfly wishes. You can never have too many, but I have so many butterfly stamps and dies. But you know what? When they're doing on Crafters Companion, they always say, if they make a mistake, as they do, because everybody makes mistakes, even if you're a professional, and then something happens, and maybe a blob of glue went where it shouldn't, you just stick a butterfly over it, and that's what they say. So there we go. So butterfly wishes. I think butterflies are so beautiful anyway. Have an amazing day. There we go. So lots of lovely things. So I will be, so watch in the weeks to come, because this is what I am going to be doing. I intend to work my way through this, to work my way through the template libraries as well, and bring you and show you lots more things. So this one is Sweet Flower. Oh, Sweet Friend. Sweet Friend, it says up there, and Sweet Flower down, it's called. This one is Cheers. Cheers, my dears. See, that could be a wedding card. It could be, it could be all sorts of cheers, and, good luck in your exams, or good luck for the future, or good luck in your new home, or whatever. But you see, it's the trigger. And now when I look at them, I can see how many different cards I can make. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to take a card and then see how many different designs I can make from the same basic card. How many times I can change it with different colors and different papers and different color palettes, Beautiful rose. Time for tea. It's actually time for I haven't had my lunch yet, but I'm going to have the same lunch that I had yesterday, and I don't mind having the same lunch 2 days running. Yesterday, my daughter sent me a picture of a Slimming World recipe that her daughter had made for them the night before. She'd been out, and one of her twins loves cooking, and so she got tea ready for them while Mummy was out, and it was she used the cod in tomato sauce with sautéed potatoes. And so she sent it to me, and I said, "Oh, give me the recipe link, because it's on the Slimming World app, and because I'm a member, I can access it." And I had all the ingredients in, because I'm actually varying and making sure I've got loads of ingredients for all these wonderful recipes. And so I made it last night, but I made enough for yesterday, and I could have frozen it and put it in the freezer, but I decided that I was going to not freeze it and have it today. So all I've got to do is heat it up in a minute, and then I'll pop some potatoes. I keep a lot of the tin potatoes in because they're very good, for my Slimming World thing. So I'll pop the little potatoes in the air fryer. Tin of potatoes in the air fryer. They come out like little roasties. They're lovely. And 15 minutes in the air fryer. Very easy to do. I'm not a great cook, but I used to hate being in the kitchen, but I actually like experimenting now. Thinking of you. And there's more. That was number 20. This is number 21. Birthday butterflies and blooms. Look. You are lovely. It says on this one, this is a lovely bouquet. And this one is a beautiful butterfly. So that's number 23. I think there are 30 in the kit. Sweet friends. So this on its own as a book this was a book, it would be quite a pricey book. So I've got the book and all the other things to go with it. So beautiful birds. Butterfly love. You can see they like their butterflies. Treat yourself. Delicate dragonflies. Sending you lots of love, as I send to all of you. And lots of love. So I think you'll probably agree that that's a pretty wonderful kit. And that's what I wanted to show you with the unboxing. But I want to show you what else I'm making. And I put something up on YouTube, on my Facebook page earlier, something similar to that, and said, what do you think I'm making? Now, you might not guess from that, but if I bring the next item in, it's totally going to give it away. But I haven't finished it yet, but I can show you this bit, then I'll show you what I'm making. So this is the lid for this. Can you see what I am making? There we go. What am I making, folks? I think you can tell. And I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving making this. So this is going to be for the work, the craft along. Well, it might be one of the things. We do lots of different things in the craft along now. And what I did on this, it didn't say put acetate, but I've put acetate. Look, in the windows, I've put acetate. So yes, you know what it is. That's right, Susan. It is a phone box. And let me just see if I can find the packaging without knocking everything on the floor, because I've got a load of stuff on the table in front of me. Well, that's part of the packaging. This is a Tonics. I was going to say Tonics tea cake. No, that's a Tonics tea cake, isn't it? That I don't have much because they're very high in sins for Slimming World. Hang on a minute. Let me see if I can find. Look. So telephone box, and I wanted this one. I haven't got a die for the post box at the moment. I've seen some mailbox ones done, but not the traditional UK post box. But I wanted this one a long time ago, and it was out of stock. So there's all the instructions. It was out of stock. So I put my name on the list. You can put your name down and so that you're notified when it came back into stock. And this was actually originally done as a craft kit. They do a once a month craft kit that you can subscribe to. And if you subscribe for a long period, you know, if you buy it as a one-off, it's more expensive. If you buy it over, you know, monthly, it's cheaper. If you pay for the whole year, it's cheaper still on them, you know, but you get them monthly. But I bought this as a one-off when it came back into stock. But then I got a message saying it was going to be delayed. And then I noticed that it was being sold on the website and mine hadn't come. So I messaged them because I thought, oh, it gets sold out again and then I won't have one. And they just missed for some reason. I mean, they apologized. So I just messaged them and said, oh, I haven't had my telephone box. And I straight away noticed almost straight away that it was dispatched because I get a message when it's dispatched. And so they dispatched it. And then they sent me an email apologizing and saying it's on its way. And I said, yes, thank you. And so and tonic stuff comes very quickly when you do it. But I have now subscribed to the monthly craft kit. And if you subscribe to the monthly craft kit, you then get 10% off everything else they're doing. And they've had some bargains recently on, you know, some of their dyes are quite expensive, but every now and again they'll put them on a 50% or a very good discount, and then that's when I buy them, you know, and I get the 10% off the discount as well. With Crafters Companion, I'm on a 20% all the time discount. Plus, sometimes they'll give us some extra discount. And Platinum members, that's if you've got enough points, which most of us have. They gave us a present at Christmas, and then in the present they also gave us a voucher for 23% off anything up to the end of December, but I wasn't buying anything in December, and so I didn't use that one, but it was 23% on top of your 20% because that was the end of 23. And then they also gave us a voucher for you had to put in a code for 24, and it took 24% off on top of the 20%. And some of these I also get my cash back on as well. So, you know, so if any of you want to join Crafters Companion, let me know because I do have a link. Actually, I can put the link on there for a minute now. So let's have a look. I've got links for these things. Hang on. So if you want to join Crafters Companion, there's a link there. I can send it to you separately because I do get a few pennies if I introduce anybody, which is, you know, rather nice. And then also, if you want to join Top Cashback, because I put all my shopping through, practically all my shopping, I buy through Top Cashback. So you sign up for that. But if you want to get a benefit, ask me because I can give you a code and you'll get £10 of freebies and I'll get a benefit as well. And then you also benefit by having discount off stuff out of over 5,000 stores in the UK. So what's not to love, you know? And over the last year, and this is only buying things that I was going to buy anyway. I've just got more savvy with how I shop. So instead of maybe buying on Amazon, I will now buy on a store where I get the discount, you know, I get the cash back. And I haven't had it all back yet, but it will be nearly £300 of money back on things I was buying anyway. It might be only 99p here. You know, it was funny because the NutriBullet was expensive, but I got 99p back on that. But other things, the percentage is higher. You know, my Morrison's shop last week, I got £6 back on my Morrison's shop. I was buying Morrison's stuff anyway. I don't go to the store. I buy online. So why would I not do that? So let me just give you that one as well. That's the Top Cashback one. So if anybody wants to, you know, gain anything, and also if you shop on Temu used to do cashback on the Top Cashback site, but then they didn't. But there is another cashback site that they do. So if you want to go for that, I signed up for that if I wanted anything from Temu. None of these things cost you anything to sign up. So what's not to love? And if they give you a benefit for joining, what's not to love even more? Anyway, So, folks, I think I've chatted for long enough. We've been an hour and 20 minutes on here. It's wonderful, but I'm getting hungry. And also, Crafter's Companion comes on in 10 minutes. So I'm going to heat up that lovely meal I made for myself yesterday and pop some potatoes into the air fryer. And so I shall watch Crafter's Companion and have my lunch, and then I shall carry on with my telephone box and see if I can complete that. And this was, I thought it was going to be very fiddly, and it's actually not. No, it's not as fiddly as I thought it was going to be. It was a little bit fiddly, but not nearly as bad as, you know. And the fun thing about this is where we do the craft along, there's actually a real old UK telephone box in the building. How fun is that? It's actually there in the building where we work. Look, so that's going to be fun. And I've got little crowns to put on, like go on the top of our telephone boxes. Or this one says "Have a treat." You know, you can sort of block the windows out and use it as a treat box so people can't see what's in it. You can stick the box on if you just want it as an ornament, or the lid on, or you don't. You can put goodies in there. So all sorts of different things. So I do have more things, but I'm not going to show you today. I'm going to save those for another live stream another time. And so watch this space, folks. And for the other than that, you know, hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or start of your day wherever you are in the world. I don't think we've got anybody else in from across the big pond, only across the little pond, because I've got a little pond between me and the UK people because I live on the Isle of Wight, and of course Carol Ann lives on the Isle of Man, so she's got water too. So between her and the mainland. So anyway, that's it for now, folks. I'm going to move this table out the way, put the stuff back, because I have you're sitting on 1, 2, 3 big boxes of amazing paper from Crafter's Companion. They did a really good deal. Thank you, Yvonne. They did a really good deal on lots of the paper the paper pads that were split, and they did a huge deal. And I bought 3 of them because they were such a good deal for, you know, doing all this craft stuff. And then so you're sitting on 3 boxes of Crafter's Companion paper and 2 of the craft kits for Tonic Studios. You're up the top there on a little book stand. So anyway, I am going to go and have lunch now. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much. And I'll see if I can sort my hair out. I don't know. I'm having a bit of a bad hair day. I should have put something on my head and then you wouldn't have noticed, would you? And I don't have anything near that I could do that. And it's too late now anyway. Bye-bye, and come back soon, and let's see what else I can share with you in the future. Bye. Whoops.